Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Coming up on ESPN, he matured right before our very eyes last year, leading Dallas into the playoffs. Can Quincy Carter take the next step and become an even bigger leader? We'll see. New York Giants, Dallas Cowboys. Now!
While the teams are out on the field getting loose, the fans are filing in and finding their seats for the game. Welcome to Texas Stadium. I'm Dan Stevens. My pal Peter O'Keefe will be covering today's game with me. Peter, playing on the road can be an unfriendly environment, to say the least, and it has been particularly unkind to these guys.
Well, you said it, Dan. Have really had a rough go of it on the road so far this season. They're hoping they can turn their luck around in today's game. We'll see how it goes.
And now let's go. And we're set. Cundiff boots the opening kickoff. Joyce downs this in the end zone for a touchback. Toomer makes the catch out to the left, and he's just barely past the markers for a first. Will bring up second down. Second down, one man back. Slides down at the 38. Let's go back and revisit that last time. Warner throws a bullet, and it's tipped. Incomplete pass.
Deshante Shee and co. Drop.
Johnson makes a tough catch, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more. Carter fires this one over the middle, and it's caught at the 35. Finally dropped at the 25. Glenn makes the nice catch, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Johnson snags the dart right sideline and gets past the markers for a first down. Peterson tackles him behind the line of scrimmage.
William Peterson.
Emmons takes him down back at the 2. Carter zings it to the right side and caught well short of the markers, however. That will bring up 4th and goal.
Executing. They didn't even let him get back to the line of scrimmage.
That will end the first quarter, and it's still a scoreless game. Cundiff with a 22-yarder, and they take the lead.
A nickel package.
Hilliard catches it over the middle and tries to get free. Brought down hard at the 26. That will bring up first down. Barber loses 2, and that brings up second down.
Face mask, number 98, defense.
Newman puts a lick on the receiver and separates him from the ball. Caught, touchdown!
Kurt Warner gets it past the defender and into the arms of his receiver. That's a great play. Check it out. Ooh, nice, accurate throw.
Peter, that's his... Johnson catches it in the flat and is at the 40. Eventually runs out of bounds. Jones takes it for his 5th carry and heads wide right. The 30, 20, 10, touchdown!
Julius Jones just slams through the D on this one. Big play. Oh, that charge was like a stampede. The defense can't do anything on that but get...
Toomer grabs the fast ball over the middle, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more. Farmer cruises out to the left side and heads upfield, eventually shoved out at the 22. Warner lobs this one deep to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Coakley tackles him for a touchback.
Clipping, number 67, offense. The penalty is declined.
Glenn snags the missile and gets past the markers for a first down. Carter fires this one over the middle, and it's caught at the 47. The Cowboys take their first time out. Carter makes the long pass, and it's intercepted. Tackled at the 17. In our studios in Bristol for the ESPN Halftime Report. Boomer?
All right, Dan, interesting game at the half. We'll get back to you guys in a bit. First, we welcome everybody to our ESPN Halftime Report. I'm Chris Berman. Now let's take a look at the halftime stats. And boy, look at the difference in rushing yards. The Cowboys should be way ahead on the scoreboard, but somehow they've let their opponent hang with them. Let's see if they can change things in the second half. Let's get started in this one early in the first quarter. Quincy Carter connected with his man on this one. That set up a short 23-yard field goal. The Cowboys get the first points of the game and go up by 3. The Giants answering right back. Ike Hilliard came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. A 46-yard play that set up a Giant touchdown. The boys midway through the second. Cowboys behind by 4. Julius Jones finds some running room on this one. Then it was off to the races. Again, they take the lead and go up by 3. Giants still middle of the second. Terrence Newman shows some great awareness here as he gets himself into position to pick this one off. Giants losing 10-7. William Peterson was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Giants have it off an interception. Kurt Warner would find his target on this one. And that's where we'll leave this one. Cowboys are holding on to a lead, 10-7. And now let's check out the undisputed halftime hero of the first half. Julius Jones has taken over this game. So that'll...
Back to you, guys.
Susie, thank you. Glenn goes in motion. Jones picks up 6 on the play, and that will... Carter throws a heater right sideline, and the reception's made at the 38. It's intercepted. No one in front of him. Knocked out of bounds at the 19. Farmer chews up 4 yards, and that will bring up second. Farmer gets the call again, and takes it upfield. Dragged down at the 8. Warner gets all of his arm into this pass, and it's caught for the score.
Ike Hilliard is matched up well with the defense on this one, but is able to stay one step ahead for the completion. It's worth another look here.
Glenn catches this one, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Johnson hauls it in right side, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more.
Man, he was just too tall. Same deal here.
Carter floats this one out to the right sideline, and the catch is made well past the markers for a first down.
Game 4 in offense.
Johnson makes the catch on the right sideline and gets past the markers for a first down. Jones gets the call on first down and gets in for the score.
Dan, this is a nice little run here. A good job of slicing through the D and picking up the yards that he needed.
Toomer catches it over the middle and gets past the markers for a first down. Chucky grabs the floater right sideline, and he's got the first down and a whole lot more.
But right here, height was what did it.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. The Cowboys with a small lead, 17-14. Barber is at the 30, eventually tackled at the 23. First down. Blade sacks him way back at the 29. Pushed out at the 14. Carter throws a heater, and the ball is caught. Johnson catches the bullet out left and is past the first with daylight. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. He's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Come on, just rock with me, rock with me. Everybody just rock.
Deshaun Johnson will not take no for an answer. Watch this play where he makes the catch and then knifes ahead for plenty more.
Another short catch, and that's where they've been utilizing him today.
Yeah, the short routes have been open, and
Warner makes the throw after the play-action fake, and it's complete for a first down and a whole lot more. No dice, and it falls incomplete. That will bring up fourth down. Warner zings it to the right side, and the reception's made at the 39. Gets out of bounds, and he's past the markers. Rips him down in the backfield.
as a shutdown corner. Even after just one NFL season, opposing coaches know to try and keep the ball away from number 41.
Toomer grabs the rope right side, and they get the first on 3rd and long. Warner lobs this to the end zone, and it's intercepted. Hilliard tackles him for a touchback. Cowboys come out on top, 24-14. For my partner, Peter O'Keefe, this is Dan Stevens saying goodbye until next time.
All right, Dan, thank you. So this one is in the books as we welcome you all to our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Cowboys stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the 3rd quarter. Will Allen would come up with the big play to kill a drive as he was able to step in front of a wayward pass for an INT. The Giants, after getting an interception, the Giants with the ball at the 9. Kurt Warner would put this pass right where it needed to be. An 8-yard touchdown for the Giants. The boys trying to answer back. Cowboys trailing by 4. Julius Jones found a little opening, and that was all he needed. They take their first lead of the half and go up by 3. The Giants on D. Jason Gilden is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. Giants behind, 17-14. Keyshawn Johnson came up with a big play as he was able to pull this one in. A 71-yard touchdown for the Cowboys. The Cowboys now up by 10. The The Giants on defense already in the red zone. Roy Williams was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. Giants down by 10. Terrence Newman is reading the quarterback's eyes all the way as he's able to get his hands on this one and pick it off. And that's where we'll leave this one. Cowboys come away with a win, 24-14. Now let's check in with our player of the game, a guy who made one big-time catch after another to help seal the win for his team. Keyshawn Johnson is on hand with Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thanks, Chris. You showed your mettle, and you were instrumental in helping your team snag the win. What made the difference for you guys to come out triumphant today?
You know what it is? It's about defense. Our D-line came up big today. They were making tackles and putting pressure in the pocket. I'm proud of them. That's how we do it.
Chris, back to you.
Thanks for tuning. Hey, I'm Chris Berman. Got a lot of games to cover. Let's get at it. In our first game this week, we had the Steelers stroll away with a 14-point win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Bills pick up their third win of the season. Ron Dugan stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. Jake the Snake Plumber threw for over 200 yards and helped his Broncos beat the Panthers. Giants, Cowboys. His Keyshawn Johnson emerged as a real weapon as he pulled one in here. The Cowboys win this one by the final score of 24-14. In San Diego, right by Coronado Bay, we had the Chargers come away with a 7-point win. Up at Lambeau Field, we had the Packers lose by just a single point. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Brad Cassell is probably the one that most leaps out at you. He's suffering from symptoms of a concussion, and he'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Dan Wilkinson might be the biggest loss on this list. He's suffering from a stress fracture in his foot, and he'll be out for 10 weeks. Now the big story of the day. Amon Green will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Lions, Falcons.
Back to you.
Dre Bly is set to catch it and move forward quickly. As you know, it's not going to be a long punt, punting out of their own end zone. He grabs it, gets a block, and just what their opponents feared, a quick 6 against them, 32 yards. The Lions go on to win this by the final score of 20-17. The Redskins defense came away with 3 turnovers in their victory at Raleigh, Maryland. The Colts won at home and will have time to savor the victory as next week is their bye. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Cardinals pick up win number 2. Rams, Seahawks. Win number 2. Sean Alexander wants to get his team inside field goal range. Gets the handoff at the 42. Oh, he may do more than that. He shakes 2. He could go all the way. Touchdown. The Seahawks go on to win this by the final score of 14-9. Deion Branch stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. James Atkins is going to find himself with a new club, and he'll be in a new tax bracket, too. 4 years, $4.0 million.
And last but not least, we had the Saints come away victorious. So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.